It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to this elementary edition of Science Bowl. Glad to have you with us. See if you can keep up with our 6 scholars. Let's meet them right now. First, from Barnaby Manor Elementary School, would you please welcome to our show Jocelyn Knight, Jalen Monroe, and Anne-Marie Gonzalez. And from Seat Pleasant Elementary, here they are, Tayon Harad, James Wigfall, and Colby James. And now here are the categories of questions we use on Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to the difficulty of the questions. The easier questions are on the left. They're worth 5 and 10 points. The tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest question of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. And at the end of the 2 rounds, we will have a winner to go on to play Scotchtown Hills and then perhaps advance to this year's semifinals. So we have a lot at stake today. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly. Barnaby Manor, Jalen, would you try your buzzer for me? Thank you. Has a nice strong push over there. Good luck to you, to Jocelyn, and to Anne-Marie. And James, would you try yours? All right. He too has a confident push. Good luck to you, to Tayon, and to Colby. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes. Let's do this. Let's have a great game. We go alphabetically B before S. So Barnaby Manor and Jalen, let's start the Science Bowl. Give me a category and a number.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams kissing under this parasitic plant is usually a tradition at Christmas time. What do we kiss under, James?
The mistletoe.
The mistletoe is absolutely right. Good answer to start us out. Go green.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, Johnny Depp is starring as Rango in a new animated movie. He plays a pistol-packing lizard who in real life is known for changing colors. What lizard is that, Barnaby Manor?
Chameleon.
A chameleon, that's right. All right, stick him up. Go, red.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10 points. Teams, your question is as follows. There is a strange bird called the megapode that instead of sitting on its eggs, it buries them under a big pile of dirt so as to do what to them? What are those birds trying to do to those eggs, Jalen?
Protecting them?
Not protecting them, no. Rather than sit on them, they're putting them under this big pile of dirt in order to do what to them, Seat Pleasant?
Keep it warm.
Keep them warm, absolutely right. To incubate them, that's what we're looking for. Good. Green.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, Harry Potter's prince only had half as much of this, so maybe he only had 5 pints instead of 10. What body substance are we talking about, Seat Pleasant?
Blood.
Blood. Harry Potter and the half-blood prince. Absolutely right. Good. Green.
Let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. Teams, there are 3 medals given out at the Olympics. 2 are named for pure chemical elements. The third is an alloy between copper and tin. What kind of metal is that? All right, Seat Pleasant.
Bronze.
Bronze it is, that's right. Gold and silver are pure, but bronze is an alloy. Good answer, good comeback there. All right, you're up to 75. Barnaby Manor 55. Seat Pleasant, you choose.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, practitioners of bonsai traditionally prune these subterranean plant parts. What do they prune? What subterranean plant parts do bonsai practitioners prune? Come on, Jalen.
The branch.
The what?
The branches.
Not the branches. Good try. What subterranean plant parts do practitioners of bonsai traditionally prune? What you think, guys?
The stem.
The roots. The roots. Subterranean means underground. And that's how they keep the plants so miniature, tiny, tiny trees after so many years. Go green.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, if the Bible had been a chemistry textbook, when Lot's wife was turned into a pillar of salt, instead she would have been turned into a pillar of sodium what? Seat Pleasant.
Sodium chloride.
That's it, sodium chloride, which is the chemical name for salt. Exactly right. You guys got your thinking caps on over there. Come on, Jalen, you're trying. Come on, just jump in there faster. Girls, help him out. Help him out here. Go green.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, because people today are hitting the wrong keys on their computer keyboard and making so many data mistakes, there's a new name for that syndrome. They call it fat what digit? Fat what? Fat finger. Fat finger. A fat finger, you're hitting the wrong keys, you're hitting 2 at the same time. Try again, green.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, who'd have believed it, but if you take a t-shirt and you dip it into a solution of boron carbide and take it out, it will make it just like a Kevlar vest, which means you can stand up and resist a speeding what? Seat Pleasant.
Bullet.
Bullet, that's right. It's a bulletproof vest that you can make using a t-shirt and boron carbide. All right, green.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade for 15 points. Teams, sponges and plankton have very little in common, but they do both belong to the same phylum of animals that has no spine. What phylum is that, Barnaby Manor?
Invertebrate.
That's what I want to hear. Invertebrates. Good. Red. Oh, the buzzer is rung at this juncture. With that answer, Barnaby Manor up to 55. Seat Pleasant for 90. We'll be back with part 2 in just a moment. Don't you go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Nice to have you here today. A very good match between 2 outstanding elementary schools, one of which we have not seen in many, many years. This is our 25th year, our silver anniversary year here on Science Bowl in Barnaby Manor. You used to be here many years ago. It's so nice to have you back again. Jalen and Jocelyn and Anne-Marie, tell us a little bit about your school. Jalen, where is Barnaby Manor?
It's in Oxon Hill Road.
Yes, that's right, down in the southern part of the county. And who's the principal there?
Miss Rhonda Gladden.
Yes, indeed. And boy, she is a big Science Bowl fan, and we know she's out there rooting for you guys. And who's the sponsor of your team?
Miss Lois Cesaro.
That's right, and she's out there too. She's very excited. She's put in so much hard work, and I know you appreciate all that she's done for you. And I see that you're all wearing, it looks like matching t-shirts over there. What's the mascot at Barnaby Manor?
A bear.
The bear, the Barnaby Manor Bears. All right, so you guys are making yourselves known here today. Jalen, tell me about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, some of the time I'll be playing on my 360.
I see. Very good. And how did you prepare for Science Bowl? Did you all practice?
Yeah, we practice on websites.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, there's so much information out there on the web. What do you want to do when you get older?
I want to be a paleontologist, archaeologist, or a science teacher.
Or a science teacher. We love to hear that. We need some really good science teachers. Something tells me you would be a really good one. And we were talking about finding fossils around here. You know, we were talking about the place in Vansville where you can go, and even down to Calvert Cliffs where you can find shark teeth sometimes. So I hope you get a chance to do that. Anne-Marie, nice to have you with us today. This young lady who's a reader, also a musician. You played the violin before, Anne-Marie, and now you're playing the flute. Is that right?
Yes.
And tell me, is there a band at Barnaby Manor?
Yes, and there's a string section.
String section as well. So you're a busy young lady. What do you want to do someday?
Well, I want to be an animation artist.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite cartoon series?
I like watching SpongeBob a lot.
Yeah. SpongeBob and Squidward and Patrick and all the characters. They're really drawn well, aren't they? And that makes you enjoy the program even more. So obviously you're talented musically and artistically. Jocelyn, this is a young lady who wants to design clothes and various gadgets for pets. Is that right?
Yes.
A pet designer. Now, I'm intrigued by this. Do they already have stores like this?
Yes.
They do. So you would be following in other people's footsteps. Tell people at home about your pets.
Huh?
What kind of pets do you have at home?
I have 2 domestic short-hair kittens and a turtle.
And a turtle. Now, your turtle's name is Cupcake, you told me. And what are the kittens' names?
Nigerian onyx.
Very good, very good. And when you're not taking care of them, what do you do in your spare time?
I might play the Wii, go over my friend's house. In the summer, I'll go swimming or riding my scooter.
Good, all right. So you're getting some good outdoor exercise as well. Let's go over to Seat Pleasant, find out about the guys in the matching shirts over there. And there is a slogan at Seat Pleasant there. If one of you can gently or carefully stand up so we can see what it says there. All right, James, and it says, Seat Pleasant Elementary School, what's it say?
Unbreakable, unshakable, unstoppable.
All right, so we better look out for you guys. There's nothing going to stand in your way, and you're doing a real nice job here today. James, tell us about Seat Pleasant. It's right here in central portion of Prince George's County. Who's your principal there?
Dr. Lassiter.
Dr. Lassiter, and she's been there a number of years. She's an outstanding educator, and I know everyone appreciates her over there. And who's the sponsor of your team? What teacher or teachers?
Mrs. Edmonds.
Miss Edmonds, Miss Shamillo, and Miss Hardy.
All right, so you have 3 of there. Well, almost 1 for each of you guys over there because you don't have any alternates on your team. And I forgot to ask Jalen about his alternate because there was one at Seat Pleasant, but we'll be back to him in just a few moments. James, tell me about yourself. What do you want to do someday?
Well, I want to be a heart surgeon.
Wow. So that means a lot of school ahead of you yet, right?
Yes.
Medical school and internship and residency. Well, you're a smart young guy. You were here last year representing Seat Pleasant, and boy, you know so much about, how do you know so much about science? You just do, don't you?
Yes.
You just absorb it. I guess everything you've been listening to and reading just has sunk in and stayed with you. It's real evident today. Keep up your good work. Colby, nice to have you here. You want to be a football player someday, yeah?
Yeah.
Who would you play for?
I really don't know. Whoever it is.
Whoever it is. If they give you enough money, right? If your agent gets you a good enough contract, you're going to go where the money is, right?
Yeah.
All right. You play for a team right now, don't you? The Pepper Mill team.
Yes.
What position you play?
I play linebacker and tight end.
All right. You look like a big, hefty guy. I'm sure you can do that. Tell me, why'd you want to be on Science Bowl?
Because it seemed fun and I like science.
Good. Well, those are words we like to hear, and we like having you. Tayon, you want to be a football player as well, don't you?
Yes.
You play football and basketball. For whom?
The basketball, I play for the Seat Pleasant Rec Center. And for football, I play for Metro Bengals.
That's wonderful. And you're a tough guy, and you want to grow up and be a football player or a
Policeman.
Or a policeman. All right. So our safety might be in your hands someday. You're doing a nice job here today. You keep it up. Let's get back to our game. Barnaby Manor 70, Seat Pleasant 90. So very close. Just 20 points separate them. Red, Jalen, you gave me the correct answer before we went to our break. Start us out.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, what kind of macaroni is named for your body's joint that connects the ulna to the humerus?
The elbow.
Elbow macaroni. Absolutely right. Thank you, Anne-Marie, for your assist on that. Go, Red. Go ahead, Jalen. You pick one.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, major roads like the Capital Beltway are sometimes referred to as what kind of largest blood vessels in your body? Seat Pleasant?
Veins.
Not veins, no. Major roads like the Capital Beltway are sometimes referred to by the same term that we use for the biggest blood vessels in your body.
The artery.
Arteries, yes. A major artery is like a major road. Good comeback. Go, Red.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, salvia, which is a hallucinogenic drug. Miley Cyrus was recently shown using it, which she should not have done, is related to sage, which, like parsley and rosemary and thyme, is what kind of plant that we use to flavor foods with? Herbs. You got that right, Barnaby Manor. Good. Go, Jalen. Put you in a lead, 110 to 90 over Seat Pleasant. Go, Red.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, what famous movie monster doctor in real life really did believe that he could regenerate the dead? Barnaby Manor.
Dr. Frankenstein.
I presume. Absolutely right. Dr. Frankenstein it is. Again, a nice assist from Anne-Marie. Go, Red.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Teams, Galileo not only discovered 4 moons around Jupiter and discovered the craters on our moon, he also discovered that this nearby planet went through phases just like our moon does. Name that planet, Seat Pleasant.
Mars.
Not Mars. Good guess. Barnaby Manor. Venus. Venus. What planet? What planet? Venus goes through phases like our moon. Try again, Red.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, a multiple choice question. Teams, sea squirts are animals, and they are the only animals that produce what carbohydrate that plants make to surround their cell walls. Is it fructose, is it lactose, or is it cellulose? Which of those 3 surrounds a cell wall, and sea squirts can make it, but no other animals can?
Cellulose.
Cellulose it is, absolutely right. Good, go. Jalen.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, what green superhero is named for buzzing, nasty insects that sting you? Barnaby Manor.
The Green Hornet.
The Green Hornet, that's right. Good answer. Go, Red.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. You're going to see a picture of actor Jack Black in Gulliver's Travels in his laboratory. He is surrounded by laboratory equipment, but which of the following pieces of lab equipment do you not see? A flask, a beaker, or a pipette? You don't see which of those, James?
A pipette.
A pipette, that's right, which is a long glass tube. Flasks and beakers are evident there. Nice answer. Go. Green.
DATELINE science for 15.
DATELINE for 15 points. Your question is as follows. Because he had a role in the delisting of this planet, astronomer Michael Brown has recently written a book, How I Killed What Planet, James?
Pluto.
Pluto, that's right, How I Killed Pluto. I hope his kids don't let him get away with that. Go, James.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. All right. 150 to 120, a 30-point lead for Barnaby Manor. We have a 20-point question. It's multiple choice. Listen carefully. Let's get physical. Some scientists say that we human beings should be eating kangaroos instead of cows because kangaroos produce none of what smelly greenhouse gas that cows do: propane, ethane, or methane. Which of those 3, Barnaby Manor?
Methane.
Methane is correct. Yes, indeed. Go, Barnaby Manor.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25. The big one in that category, teams. Clover and peanuts are an example of a leguminous plant which fixes what atmospheric gas, the most abundant gas in the atmosphere, that is then turned into protein. Name the gas, the most abundant in the atmosphere, that those legumes can fix in the soil. Give it a try for 25 points, Jalen.
Carbon dioxide.
Good try. Not carbon dioxide, though. Seed pleasant, the most abundant gas in the atmosphere that can be fixed and turned into protein by leguminous plants.
Nitrogen.
That is right. Nitrogen is the right answer. Good comeback, guys. Nice assist there from Colby and Tayon. Go, James.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Team's multiple choice question. Would a seismologist be most interested in Hurricane Katrina of 2005? The Indonesian tsunami of 2004, or Washington's Snowmageddon in 2010? Which one, Jalen, would the seismologist be interested in?
The first one you said?
The first one, the Hurricane Katrina of 2005, no. Would it be Hurricane Katrina, the tsunami that took place in Indonesia, or the snowstorms last winter? A seismologist.
The tsunami?
The tsunami, absolutely right, because it was an underground volcano that caused those waves to form. Go.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for? 20 points. Here's your question, teams. Everybody knows that fingerprints are used to identify you, but now modern biometrics are using what colored part of the eye that surrounds your pupil, because it is as different as a fingerprint is from everybody else's. Name that eye part that surrounds that pupil. Jalen.
The cornea?
Ooh, not the cornea. Good try. What's the colored part of the eye surrounding the pupil that is used for biometric identification? Gentlemen. The iris. The iris. All right. Almost a tie score. 170, 165. Seat pleasant. Advantage yours. Go. Almost over.
Zooparade for 20.
Zooparade for 20 points, teams. What same word is both a very tasty fish and a very smart sea mammal? Jalen.
Salmon?
Not a salmon, no. What same term is both a very tasty fish and a very smart sea mammal? Gentlemen. Correct answer is dolphin. Dolphin is a fish and dolphin is also a mammal. Try again, green.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade for?
25.
25, the big one in that category. Look at the monitor, please. We got snakes in this question. Couple snakes. The snake at the bottom is non-poisonous. The one at the top is deadly. The one at the bottom looks like the one at the top in order to protect itself. What kind of M-initialed adaptation or behavior is that, James?
A milk snake?
No. I want the name of the behavior, not the name of the snake. Barnaby Manor, the fact that the snake in the bottom is trying to look like the one at the top, which is poisonous, gives the non-poisonous one some protection. The idea of trying to look like something else is known as what kind of M-initialed behavior? What do you think, guys?
Camouflage?
M-initialed. Mimicry. One is mimicking the other. Try again, green. You're still 5 points down. Less than 2 minutes.
Dateline stands for 20.
Dateline for 20 points, teams. Anton von Leeuwenhoek invented the first microscope, and he is probably the first human being to see what A-initialed microorganism that everybody knows looks like a blob. What is that? Again?
Atom.
Not atom, no. What A-initialed microorganism looks like a blob when you look at it under a microscope? It's an amoeba. An amoeba. Try again, green.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points, teams. A tumor on a person's kidney can sometimes lead to superhuman strength because it can cause what hormone to be released from a nearby gland? Adrenaline from the adrenal glands. Try again, green. 3 questions left.
Let's get physical for 25.
Get physical for 25 points. Teams back on December the 21st. 2 major astronomical events. 1, there was a total lunar eclipse. The second was the official beginning of winter. It was the day of the winter what? Jalen.
Solstice.
Solstice, that's what I want to hear. Good. Go, Gred.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Teams, this geologically active national park, the first national park in the United States, sometimes so much carbon dioxide is released it kills the buffalo that roam there. The first national park in the United States. Name it for 25 points. Yellowstone Park. That's what I want to hear. Oh, the buzzer has rung. We had only 1 question left. It looks like Barnaby Manor has hung on. We'll be back with a wrap-up and a double check of that score in just a moment. Don't you go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. We hope you enjoyed this game at home as much as we did here in the studio. I am proud of all 6 of you guys. You were just tremendous. Nobody gave up. You worked together as teams. That's what we like to see. Our final tally today is Seat Pleasant 165, Barnaby Manor 220. You've kept us waiting a long time, but it was worth the wait. Jocelyn and Jalen and Anne-Marie, you played a super game here today. Andre, congratulations. He's smiling already. Ms. Tesoro, thank you for all the work you did preparing this team. I want to see some smiles, guys. You guys are great. You're all tough guys over there. Colby and James and Tayon, our policeman, our football player, and James, he's going to be that heart surgeon someday. Count on it. Back there, Miss Humillo and Miss Edmonds, thank you always for bringing a great team. We love Seat Pleasant. Unbreakable, unshakable, unstoppable. See you next time on Science Bowl. Bye-bye now.